Neighbours. Everybody needs good neighbours.
When you hear the theme tune, what does it bring up in you?
Well, it gives me shivers, actually. It was just such a fresh, clean start, you know, and a wonderful opportunity. I mean, the story behind Neighbours for me was I auditioned for a character called Danny Ramsey in 1984. And I got the part. The problem was I was still at my school and needed to finish my, what is the equivalent of GCSEs.
You'd have been young.
And I was young. I was probably 17 at the time. I auditioned for this character. I got the part, Danny Ramsey. Can you imagine if I'd played a Ramsey, not a Robinson? But literally 12 months to the day, I got a phone call to say, would you come in and audition for a character called Scott Robinson? And I guess that was the moment it all sort of, you know, started to fall into place for me. You create your own luck, but timing is everything. And this was such a perfect timing for me, and I was ready and I wanted it.
Well, let's take you back in time to the moment you first appeared on screen in Neighbours. This is your first scene.
Wow.
And how are you this morning, John Doe?
Okay, I guess.
All right, I'll bite. You going to tell us your proper name yet?
No.
Look, whatever you did, it couldn't have been that bad.
You wouldn't know.
Your family must be frantic with worry.
It's none of your business.
Neighbours came around for me in 1985 initially, and we started filming in 86, and that was the first scene.
Let's see one of the big, dramatic early plot lines involving you and a car crash.
Because I don't know what's going to happen.
Whoa, watch out!
Wow. It's just interesting watching that back. Let's put the dynamics of a car crash to one side. Honestly, I'm looking at it from an actor's perspective, and it was working. You could just see it was natural.
Here's another crucial part of Scott Robinson's Neighbours career when he meets Charlene Mitchell for the first time.
Oh! Charlene!
You know, that scene particularly was the beginning of great chemistry between the two of us. That went on to other things, you know,
And it went on to one of the most famous episodes. I'd say the most famous episode in the history of Neighbours. Let's have a clip of Scott and Charlene's wedding.
Will you have this man to be your wedded husband and live together in accordance with God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and, forsaking all other, keep you only unto him for as long as you both shall live?
I will.
And that kiss is intense.
You go for it?
Yeah, I definitely go for it. But again, that comes down to chemistry.
20 million people watch that
wild.
in the UK.
It's wild. We knew it was going to be special, but I don't think we ever estimated just how big that moment would be to so many people. Kylie and I were in a relationship, but you know, there was always that are they or aren't they, and that sort of fusion between reality and the illusion of the characters. And we didn't want to give too much away because we wanted to keep our personal lives to ourselves, because they were becoming, we were becoming, you know, public property on a big scale. So we didn't feel that we necessarily had to give that away, you know. So I guess in a way that only added to the excitement and the chemistry.
But you and Kylie actually got to #1. This was your first #1 in the UK, especially for you.
Especially for you. I want to tell you I was feeling that way too.
I sit there and look at this and I'm really proud of that person, you know, and I know she is too, you know, so good for us. Good for us.
So let's have your first solo number one.
Right. I mean, Colin, this is like therapy for me. Do you understand? This is like the best form of therapy I've had in years.
This is it?
Yeah, it is.
The end of Neighbours?
The end of Neighbours, yeah.
How does that feel?
I think it's sad, but I think it's a time to celebrate. I think it was a bit of a snowball effect once one or two of us decided to come on board to do this last moment. But the lasting thing I will say is you never forget where you come from in life. I just think, you know, you never forget your roots. And to see today the amount of talent that has come back to Neighbours shows just how much that show meant to them. I knew we needed to shout out loud about this show and what this moment meant to a lot of people and how proud we are to have been part of something that changed all our lives. You know, the audience. Ultimately, though, this moment is for the fans. This moment is for the people that watched that show for 37 years. So thank you, you know, to those people that kept us going and gave us such a wonderful life.
Jason, thank you very much.
Thank you.